All right, happy Sabbath, everyone.
Happy Sabbath.
All right, yeah, Faith had gotten up. She had so much fun at VBS and got so much out of it. She was just so thrilled about that she's just been all into, doing scripture readings.
Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord.
She's being bold in the Lord.
Amen. Amen.
I'm going to need some of that. I'm not quite as prepared as I usually am today, but I'm always prepared to praise the Lord and with any opportunity to do worshiping giving, because it is such an important thing. God has given us, it's really a gift, that He's given us this thing that we can use as a lesson to learn how to be more obedient and to trust Him, because He is so trustworthy. Today's offering is for the local church combined budget, and I've seen the numbers have been going up a little bit, but we still got a little ways to go before we get back in the right direction. So, currently, if everyone were to give about $60 per month, we would be able to meet the budget no problem, and that's just members giving to that. We came into this church about 4 years ago, and when we first came here, we had just learned about tithe and offering, and we had never really fully understood it, and God has kind of put us on a crash course. And, we started off and we didn't know the difference between a tithe and an offering. We didn't know that the tithe goes to the conference. It does not stay in the local church. And they distribute that to spread the word to the world. And then as we looked at the offerings in that little sunset calendar that's on the table out there, we realized that the local combined budget was only on there 2 times per month. And we noticed that there were all these costs associated with running the church, and everything from paper towels to insurance and water and all of these things. And somebody's got to pay for those, otherwise they won't be there. And so we started providing an offering every week, every Sabbath for that. We always make sure the church gets something. And on this journey, God has taught us to put Him first. Amen. With the first fruits of all thine increase, there's, when we look at our finances, and it's like there's no way not to give God His money, because it's all His money. Amen. And if you're giving Him the first fruits, then, everything left over is what goes towards your bills. And when you learn to trust God, you learn that it is more blessed to give than it is to receive. He has provided way beyond measure in ways that we could never have imagined, through healing me, providing food and clothing and housing, and just things come out of nowhere that we know that it's God that's stepping in there. And, on our journey, we learned, it is possible to rob God in tithes and offerings. We never realized that, and then I found the verse in Leviticus 27, verses 30 and 31. And all the tithe of the land, whether of the seed of the land or of the fruit of the tree, is the Lord's. It is holy unto the Lord. And if a man will at all redeem aught of his tithes, he shall add thereto the 5th part thereof. And it's, the offering part is more what God leaves up to us as, kind of thanks for everything that He's done. It's all His money anyway. But it is part of that trusting God. And when we learn to trust Him, things just start happening that you weren't expecting. And He just continues to provide. And He does love a cheerful giver, and He loves when we share our testimony with other people. And we've just learned to walk by faith and not by sight. I have seen answered prayer. I have seen things happen that shouldn't have happened, just through people coming together in prayer and prayers being answered, and, people turning around and situations turning around. And just learned, we've got Psalm 37, verses 3 to 5. Trust in the Lord and do good, so shalt thou dwell in the land, and verily thou shalt be fed. Delight thyself also in the Lord, and He shall give thee the desires of thine heart. Commit thy way unto the Lord, trust also in Him, and He shall bring it to pass. And it's all about just leaving everything up to God. There's nothing that we can do to thank him enough for what he's done, and everything that we have and everything that we are is his anyway.
Amen.
And it really has been such a blessing to be a part of, being able to return God's money.
Amen.
And so I'm just so thankful. And will the deacons please come forward to receive the tithes and offerings?